I grew up in East Texas, had a great childhood, loved to play baseball. But as I got older, I realized that baseball was not going to be my career choice. And I got into country music. It was an accident of how it all happened. I was at Astroworld I guess this is probably in 1989, maybe. And I went and I found a recording booth there. Paid my $10, went in, I sang a song. Everybody's like, dude, you got a really good voice. You should think about being a singer. So I did. I started thinking about being a singer. And over the next couple of years, I did a few more of these recordings. I got a new job at a restaurant that had live entertainment. And that, opened my eyes up to the entertainment world. These entertainers would come in that were getting paid, $150 a night to come and sing. I'm like, man, that sounds like the life. So here I am, a new husband with two new little baby girls, and now I want to be an entertainer. Probably not the best choice for a young, married father of two little kids to all of a sudden be thrust into the nightclub scene, playing and singing, but that's where my heart was at. That's what I wanted to go do. And I started playing and singing. The next thing you know, I put a band together, and we win the Battle of the Bands in 1993 in Houston, Texas, sponsored by Coors Light, 93Q radio station. There was like 52 bands in the Houston area. We wound up winning this competition. And that was an amazing thing that happened for us because I started getting a lot of exposure, started playing a lot of bigger shows. People in Nashville started hearing about me. A record producer who had an assistant that was from Houston sent her down to hear us. They heard me, sent the word back, we think this guy's got something. They flew me to Nashville. Next thing you know, I have a recording contract. And things happened really fast. But I absolutely loved the fact that I had this opportunity. So many people don't get that opportunity. In 1997, after being in Nashville for a little while, I was presented with the opportunity to become part of a duo, to go ahead and get an album out. It's not what I felt in my heart I really wanted to do, but I didn't feel like I was in a position to turn that down. Here's my shot. So I got paired up with a guy from Temple, Texas named Brian Gowan, and we formed a duo called Blake and Brian. I remember the day that we went in and performed for Mike Curb. We got to go and perform for him live. And after our third song, Mike Curb stood up and said, "We would love to have you guys at Curb Records if you'd like to sign here." And it was a dream come true. We actually signed the recording contract with Curb, MCG Curb. We were label mates with Leanne Rimes, Tim McGraw, Hal Ketchum, Sawyer Brown, David Kirsch. The list goes on and on. We went on. We had a couple of top 40 hits. We had a couple of videos out. We had a #1 in Europe for 4 weeks. Had a great time. It just didn't work. The timing wasn't right. There were all types of political reasons. It just didn't work. So we lost our recording contract in end of 1999. I went back to Texas. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to keep doing music. So I went back in the studio after about a year. I recorded a new album called Hold On. Some of the songs that I'd written, some songs that I'd found, released them onto the Texas charts. I was still going by Blake Weldon. My middle name is Blake. I was still going by Blake Weldon when my first song hit the Texas chart. It debuted at number 19, and guess who debuted at number 18 with a major label behind him? Blake Shelton. It's like, you got to be kidding me. The only reason I started going by Blake Weldon was because there was an artist in Nashville named Kevin Welch. So you've got Kevin Welch or Kevin Weldon. Oh, I'll just go by Blake. Boom. Blake Shelton, Blake Weldon. So I went and I reserved kevinblakeweldon.com for my website name. This was probably in 2001. And then 2 years later, I was at this Deer Camp in Illinois, and I wrote the comedy song, "That's What You Get for Shooting My Buck." And that took my music into a whole nother direction. I started doing the redneck parody comedy music. And that just launched me into a whole nother area of the music business and started having a lot of success with that. So for the past 14 years or so, I've been making a pretty decent living with that, but that's not who I am completely. I've started doing more of my serious music, and I will continue to do more of my serious music, and I will also continue to do the funny stuff because at the end of the day, I realize that even though I don't want to be known for that, that's a part of who I am. And it's always going to be a part of who I am. I love to make people laugh. I love to entertain. So I'm going to continue to do that. So in the future, what you can expect from me is you can expect more funny songs. You can expect more videos. You can expect more serious songs. And I'm also going to be writing an inspirational album that I'm really excited about. and I want to continue to write and record and speak and encourage and just share love. That's what I want to do. I want to just share love with the world, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, or whether it's just sitting around with my friends around a campfire. I love what I do, and I love to share what I do, and I want to make people happy.